Give me a thumbs up when it's recording. Awesome. Okay. And welcome to our Dream Team Sneak Peek. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Megan. I am the founder of the Dream Team. You're going to listen to some of the awesome coaches on our team speak tonight. We have two of our leaders that are not with us tonight because they both had babies within the past week. One had a baby about a week ago, and the other had a baby like yesterday. So we're missing two of our leaders, two of our friends, but we're going to cover for them tonight and hopefully deliver the content just as well as what they would. Again, my name, though, is Megan Harrell. I've been a coach for almost 6 years now. Absolutely love everything about it, and you're going to learn a little bit more tonight. I started as a teacher, a first grade teacher. I was a teacher for 13 years and stumbled upon this opportunity, saw where it could take me, saw the potential that was there. I did not start with any sort of a fitness background, any sort of a nutrition background. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. I just saw it. I just saw what was there and what was possible. And I knew that this was the opportunity for me to be able to stay at home with my kids. And I ran with it. It took me about 2.5 years before I reached my teaching salary, surpassed my teaching salary. And that was it. I quit teaching. I never looked back. I've been doing this ever since. I'm the person that gets to take my kids to school every day. I'm the person that gets to pick them up. They're not in a daycare. They're not with grandma. I get to do their homework with them. And for me, the biggest thing was I am the first person that gets to hear how their day went. Because before, when I got home, they didn't want to tell me about it because they had already told my mom about it, who watched them at that time. So they were kind of tired and done by the time I got to them. Now I just love that car rider line and waiting for them to come out, getting to pick them up and hear about how their day went. So for me, that was what my motivator was and what I was pushing for. But that's a little bit about me. I am going to start with our first topic of misconceptions, because I feel like there are a lot of misconceptions out there about Beachbody coaches, and I kind of want to get those out of the way first. First misconception is the number one misconception that I had. When I heard Beachbody coach, I initially thought, oh, that's not me. I don't have a beach body. At that point, I needed to lose about 25 pounds. And I thought nope, can't do that. I don't have a beach body. I am not in shape. I still eat Cheetos every night on the couch. Had no clue when it came to nutrition. Ice cream was still a daily thing that we had at night with our movies, our shows that we watched. I wasn't beach body. So I felt like this was not something that I could do. I was so wrong. And I will tell you right now that my coaches that start from day one are the most successful. Those that wait until they feel like they're ready or they're in shape or they have it all under control or they have it all figured out, they don't do quite as well as the ones that start with their journey. If you start with your journey, regardless of how much weight you have to lose or how much you have to learn, you're going to be more successful because people want to go along on the journey with you. They don't want to wait for you to finish. They want to jump in now. They want to be along on that journey with you. So if you feel like you're not in your best shape or if you don't have that beach body yet, it's okay. It is totally okay to start coaching now and also start with your journey at the same time. Number two misconception is time. I don't know if I have enough time for this. I don't know how many of you follow me on social media, but I'm like the busiest person in the world, I think. My girls are both involved in softball, in plays, in cheer, in this and that. We are running around like crazy. When I started this, I had a full-time job in addition to that. I was also in some committees at church and doing other things all over the place. You just have to have an hour a day. An hour a day is all you have to have. If you can find an hour a day, and I feel like everyone can find that hour a day, and honestly, when you start, it's probably not even an hour a day, but if you can find that hour a day to work on this business, you're going to be able to make something out of it. That is all that I worked when I started. That's all I had time for. And sometimes it wasn't even an hour a day. It was an hour a day. After my girls went to bed, instead of watching the TV or a movie or whatever, I sat down at my laptop and I worked an hour a day. And that hour a day that I gave up now is giving me the freedom to be with them all the time. So you just kind of have to think about what's important there. Money. Maybe I think a misconception is this is going to cost me an arm and a leg to sign up as a coach. It doesn't. All you have to do is sign up on your journey, say you want to become a coach at the same time, and that's it. So there's no extra money whenever you sign up that you have to pay to be a coach. You just have to sign up for your Beachbody On Demand, get your Shakeology, and you are good to go. The next thing is being a salesperson. I hear a lot of people say, I can't sell anything. I'm not a salesperson. I am not a salesperson either. My husband is a salesperson and he is very good at it. I am not a salesperson. I have a teaching degree, nothing to do with sales. I have never felt like I've been selling anything either. I've never, ever felt like I'm trying to sell someone something. All I do is go on social media and share my journey, and the products sell themselves. I don't even talk usually about the products on social media. You rarely see me talk about Shakeology or I'm doing T25. I don't talk about those products. I just share what I'm doing and I share my journey, and people come to me and they ask questions. They ask what I'm doing. They want to know. They want to be involved. They want to be along on the journey with me. So I don't want you to feel like you have to be a salesperson either. And the last misconception that I have is that you have to know a lot about social media, or you have to have a big following on social media. I think when I started coaching, I had 30 friends. That's it, like 30 friends. And they were family and friends from high school. That was it. And the only reason I had a social media account at that time was because my father-in-law got relocated for his job, and I wanted him to be able to keep track of what the girls were doing. That was it. I posted pictures of the girls. I had no Instagram. There were no stories at that time. None of that. This is a learn as you go type thing. If you don't have a big following, that's okay. We're going to teach you how to add more people to your network. If you don't know, if you're feeling like, well, I don't know how to post the types of things that she posts or do what she does on social media, that's okay. We have training for that. We're going to walk you through that and hold your hand and teach you what you need to be doing. So don't stress about that. Okay, that is all I have when it comes to misconceptions. I'm going to hand it over to Lisa now, who is going to talk about my favorite topic on this call.
Hey everybody, I'm Lisa, and I have been a coach actually for 2 years this month. May 31st was when I signed up officially as a coach. And I can honestly say that I had no idea how big of an impact this would have on my life when I signed up. I initially signed up with Lindsay Roart, who's one of our baby mamas that just had her baby early this morning. And I met her at a book club at our neighborhood gathering. And I had started following her on social media, and she was really positive and really uplifting. And I had done Beachbody workouts in the past on my own, and I was very inconsistent with it. I would work out for a while, you know, before an event, before a vacation, and then I would have the event, have the vacation, whatever, and then I would just, you know, kind of drop it. And so I was on this very yo-yo diet kind of thing and yo-yo working out kind of thing that you hear people talk about. And so when I met Lindsay and I decided to join one of her challenge groups and just see what it was all about. And it took me about a week to say, yeah, this is what I need and I'm all in. So I went all in and I said, tell me what to do, tell me where to go, how do I make this work? And I was at a point in my life, I'm a consultant pharmacist. I work in the field of pharmacy. I have a pretty flexible schedule, but I have a lot of work on my plate. And I have 2 kids who are now 18 and 21. One's getting ready to graduate high school, and the other one is getting ready to start her senior year of college. And while, you know, they still needed me, they didn't need me in the same way that they used to, you know. They were getting older, and I was a little bit lost in my purpose. And so the coaching opportunity was exactly what I needed at the exact right time that I needed it. And there were so many things about it that appealed to me. And one of them was the community. And although I had a lot of friends and, had a lot of fun, the community that we have as coaches is a whole different thing. It's kind of hard to explain, but I've just never been a part of a group like this that is always uplifting, always supportive, always there to help you out when things get tough, always just ready to lift somebody up and whatever your needs are at the time. And we all still have fun together too. And the weird thing was, like, a lot of these girls are a lot younger than me. And so when I initially started on this, I was like, well, I'm not going to connect with them. They're younger, they're in a different part of their life. But I absolutely connected with them. And I couldn't have been more wrong about how amazing all of these women are and how they truly do care about each other and want to be there to help each other succeed. Because, I mean, technically, if you get right down to it, we're in competition with each other for clients, especially if we live in the same area, which a lot of us do. But it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter at all. There is no competition between us. All we want to do is support and help each other and continue to build each other up. And it happens over and over again. And when I first started, I was like, this cannot be real. Like, these people cannot truly be like this lovey-dovey and happy-go-lucky with each other in these pictures. Everybody's always smiling and laughing, and I'm like, no, this is not. That's a little over the top. No, it's totally real. Like, I've been there, I've experienced it, and it's totally real. And we have all these opportunities to get together, even if we don't necessarily live in the same area. We have a lot of opportunities to get together with quarterly Super Saturdays or Super Sundays. We get together as a team, and it's always great to connect with each other at those events. And those are just like one day events. They're just like really a few hours, but we end up usually a lot of people carpool together and travel together, and then we go out to eat together and just do things like that, to build our community some more. And then we have retreats that we get to attend, just depending on which team and who gets to go where and where you live and all that stuff. But there's those get-togethers, and then there's Summit, which is our annual get-together that we're all getting geared up for, that is in June. And this year it's in Indianapolis, which is great for a lot of us because a lot of our team is here in Indiana. So we're going to have a huge representation at Summit this year in Indianapolis, and that is going to be amazing. And just a month ago, we went on a trip to the Riviera Maya. A lot of us got to go on just because we were helping people reach their health and fitness goals. Like, we qualified for this trip just for helping people reach their health and fitness goals. And we had a huge group of our team there, and it was the most amazing trip. And I've been on a lot of trips, like my husband and I travel a lot. This was like so freaking cool, like having so much of our team there, everybody hanging out together at the pool, at the beach, going out to dinner. It was amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I started connecting with even more people that I knew online, but I didn't necessarily know in person. And so, like, one of the people that I seriously connected with, Jessica, she lives out in Oregon. Like, I barely even knew her before that trip, and now we're like besties and texting each other and messaging each other all the time. So the community part is the absolute best part of being a coach. And as a challenger or as a customer, like, you do get some of the community in the challenge groups, but this is like that times 10 at least. And it really is one of the biggest blessings that I've gotten from being a Beachbody coach. So with that, I think am I turning it over to Sarah? Nope, to Lindsay Smith. All right, go girl.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay, guys, so my name is Lindsay Smith, and I have been an active coach for, about 15 months now. I actually started my health and fitness journey about, close to 2 years ago now. And I was also invited by Lindsay Rort, who is not on the call because she had a baby this morning. So Lindsay Rort reached out to me. She was a friend from college. I had been watching her post on social media, had seen what she was up to, and was totally intrigued by it, but at the same time was too scared to like anything or comment on anything that she was posting, and just didn't really ever reach out to her. But part of our job, as you will learn as coaches, is to reach out to others and to invite them to this opportunity. So summer of 2016, Lindsay Rort reached out to me and invited me to be a part of her challenge group. And I said yes. I had actually just recently gotten married a few months prior to that. And while I was in a very happy phase of my life with being a newlywed, and my husband and I had just bought a house together, and there was a lot of excitement going on in my life. But honestly, at the time, despite all the happy excitement that was happening in my life, I just didn't feel happy with me. Leading up to the months leading up to my wedding, I had gone through a lot of life changes. Wedding planning is stressful. Anyone who's done that knows how that goes. Not my favorite thing in the world. And I had honestly put on a lot of weight, and was just not feeling good about myself. Not only physically when I looked in the mirror, but I wasn't really feeling that great about who I was on the inside. And I was lacking that sense of fulfillment in my life, and that sense of purpose beyond just the day-to-day hustle of life. So I said yes to Lindsay Rort. I needed to make a change. At that point, I had tried almost every other thing out there, literally, including like a liquid smoothie diet. Don't recommend it, but I did it in an attempt to lose weight. Doesn't work, I'll tell you that right now. But I was kind of in a desperate place where I needed to make a change and didn't know what else to do. So I thought, whatever, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a chance on me. I'm going to pay this money and be a part of her challenge group. And you guys, it was by far the best decision I've ever made. Within a couple months of being a part of Lindsay's challenge group, I was not only seeing physical changes, but what was happening on the inside was even more noticeable. My mindset had completely shifted. The way that I viewed myself had completely shifted. And the coolest thing about it is that these groups, you not only work on the fitness and nutrition aspect of health, but these groups also target the other aspects of health. It really, really is all encompassing in terms of mind, body, and spirit. And in these groups, I mean, a lot of you guys may already be a part of them, so you may know what I'm talking about, but in these groups, we really focus on positive daily habits that sometimes extend beyond just fitness and nutrition. And I was starting to pick up on some of those, and it was making a huge difference in my life. So after several invites that Lindsay had extended to me to take the leap into active coaching, I turned her down, honestly, 5 or 6 times, more than anything out of my own fear, because I was like, I don't know how to be a coach. I don't know what you want me to do. But finally, I took the leap and I decided to be an active coach. I decided to give it a shot and pay it forward, and I haven't looked back since. That was 15 months ago. And since then, so much has happened. My life looks completely different now than it did back the day when I signed up and bought my first challenge pack. And I'm so incredibly grateful for this whole experience that has been my life over the past 2 years. So that's a little bit about my journey. What I'm going to really be speaking to you guys about tonight is really kind of the different types of coaches that are out there. So there's no really kind of like formal classification of coaches, if you will. I mean, essentially, if you're a coach, you're a coach. And the coolest thing about this business is that you are in the driver's seat and you decide what you want your business to be. And like Lisa kind of referenced, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to build a very lucrative business. It doesn't take a lot of time to build a large business that's generating some decent income for you. So that's kind of the real exciting thing about this is you're in the driver's seat, you decide where you want this business to take you. And it does require consistent effort over time, but on a day-to-day basis, it does not require a significant amount of time, which is one of the many, many things I love about coaching. So there are kind of just when we are coaches and we're welcoming people into the business, it really kind of helps us to get a feel for people and their goals for their business by kind of placing them more or less in one of kind of three categories of coaching. Now, again, like I said, this is not a formal category by any means. It's very fluid. Some people start off as one type of coach and move to another and then go back again. I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. I can't stress that enough. But the first kind of level of coaching that we have are what we like to call kind of our hobby coaches, okay? So our hobby coaches are people who are actively coaching. They're sharing their journey on social media. So they're just kind of like one step up from a discount coach. So the discount coach are the people who are in the business, but they're not working the business. They signed up basically just to get the coaching discount on their Shakeology and their products, but they're not inviting people and they're not working the business. So that's kind of the discount coach domain there. But then in terms of active coaches, we have three types. So the first one is hobby coach. And hobby coach are people who are working the business consistently, people who are sharing on social media, people who are actively inviting others to join them on the journey, either as a coach or as part of their challenge groups. They're generating a decent little monthly income for themselves, but they're not necessarily looking to take the business full time, right? A lot of these people have full-time jobs of their own. I am one of those people right now. I work 40 hours a week at my full-time salary job and I do coaching on the side. So I'm, spending on average 1 hour per day working on my business. And I'm still able to generate a very decent side income just by putting that consistent time in on a day-to-day basis. So that's kind of the hobby coaches. And then we get into our full-time coaches, okay? And so our full-time coaches are the career people who, like Megan, who spoke to you in the beginning. Megan started off as kind of a hobby coach doing this on the side, more or less, in the evenings and on her lunch hour maybe or what have you. But then she eventually was able to build her business to the point where her income surpassed her teaching income. She was able to leave her teaching job and she does coaching full-time now. And so obviously, when you are a full-time coach, you may be putting in more than an hour's worth of work every day, but our full-time career coaches do this as their career. So they're able to put that additional time and effort in. But the beauty in that is that, A, you're probably never working a full 8-hour day like you would at a salary job, but you're still making income that typically surpasses a full-time salary job. And you have the freedom within that to plan your day and your life how you want to. Megan said she picks her kids up every day. She's in the car rider line. She gets to go to her kids' practices and recitals and field trips during the day. So she's really able to design the life that she wants because she's a full-time career coach. So there are kind of, like I said, different levels. People move back and forth. I was a discount coach for quite a while. I finally decided to be active. I am now what you would probably consider a hobby coach, but my long-term goal for this business is to make it to the point where I am doing this full time and this is my career. So that's kind of the progression that a lot of people take. But again, This business is whatever you want it to be. So if you're interested in this opportunity, but you're not sure kind of where you would fall on that spectrum, or have questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out to the coach who invited you tonight, because we would all love to speak with you more about that. So that is all I have for tonight. And I think I am passing it off to Sarah. Or back to Megan.
Is it me? I don't even have the schedule. Okay. Yeah, me. Okay. All right. I don't know what's happening, guys. I showed up to talk and listen, and I love doing these calls because, for one thing, we're all always a hot mess coming here because we're all super busy, right? We all have these crazy lives, but we still show up for each other, and that's part of the community that I love. We all sent messages before we even jumped on here, like, guys, I look like I haven't showered in 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, whatever, who cares? So, I mean, that's just like part of the sincerity that we have toward just supporting each other. So just so you know, that's how we roll. But my name's Sarah Morris, and I've been a coach for about the same amount of time as Lindsay, for about 15 months. I am known as probably like one of the longest Beachbody holdouts in history. I don't know. I had, the other coaches are probably so sick of this story, but I knew Megan from high school. And, I saw her on Facebook. I was maybe one of her 30 friends. I don't know. I saw her on Facebook doing this Beachbody thing. And, I was one of those people that was rolling my eyes and, oh my gosh, this is, like, what's this scheme thing, whatever. I was the cynical, I don't even want to know what she's doing kind of person for a very long time. And in fact, for 4 years, for full years of watching Megan. She would message me every once in a while and, hey, Sarah, you interested? Getting ready to run a group. And it's funny, we talk about competing and overlapping. She was actually a teacher in Pekin, which is the same area where my husband's a teacher, and we went to high school together. So you can imagine the number of like mutual friends that we have. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, so and maybe some of you can identify whether you're a customer right now or you're considering it. It's like, I just wasn't personally ready. Like, I was not mentally there yet. I knew I needed something in my life that was missing, but I didn't know what it was yet. I was still searching, kind of like Lisa said too. I can really identify with everybody's story. I didn't know what I was missing. I knew that I was not happy with myself where I was. I knew that I was a tired 30-something mom. But I had like told myself like that was okay. That was how it was supposed to be, but then I would still see this girl and these other coaches like on Facebook, and I'm like, they've got to be full of crap. Like, this is not really how they feel. But and a couple years into it, Megan actually said to me, okay, Sarah, I know, because I never said no, because I think deep down I knew like this is kind of cool maybe, but I didn't want to do it quite yet. I wasn't there. And she said, you know what, I'm going to, when you're ready, I know you'll come to me, and I'm not going to, just keep watching. If something interests you, message me, whatever. That was 2 years into her asking me every once in a while. She held to her word. She did not message me again for 2 years. And then I'm the one that reached out to her because I never did get that thing that I was looking for on my own. I kept thinking I would start a fitness routine. I would lose weight on my own. I would do this, in my living room. I would go to the gym. That never happened. And so one night, it was a Saturday night at like 11:30. I don't know what hit me. But I just messaged Megan. I said, I hope you're sitting down because I just need you to tell me what to do. What do I need to do? And she was actually like 2 seconds later, she was like, hi, hello there. And I think that night I said, okay, I'm going to sign up. I just need to talk to my husband. The next day I signed up. I was in the challenge group for a week or maybe 2 weeks. And we had a sneak peek like this, just like this, very similar, 1 week. And I jumped on the call. I knew right away this was something that was an opportunity that I was already in love with just as a challenger for a week. And so I signed up as a coach right after that. And it's been an amazing experience. And like Lisa said, it's kind of like the experience in the challenge groups times 10. I mean, just the level of support and the level of like how close we are. I did not think I needed more girlfriends in my life. I put that in the chat box. Like, I had my little circle of friends. I was totally cool. I didn't need to know anybody else, but it's so different. It's just so different to have this support in a different way. Like, you've just got this little community right here sitting, waiting to help you all the time. And it's just very special. And, you know, and I'm somebody I'm married. I've been married for almost 11 years. I've got 2 kids, almost 6, almost 8. Everything happens in the summer. So almost 11, almost 6, almost 8. And I have a full-time job. And so this wasn't necessarily something I was looking for, to work and to build a team and things like that. But I had a background of being a leader. I was a color guard director for high school, for many years, the same high school we attended. And I realized that this presented that opportunity again to have that type of teamwork and that those common goals and working together and encouraging each other. And I had missed that for so many years when I kind of set aside and I was, you know, having a family and things like that. It was something that was not there anymore, and I wanted it again. So that was my initial reason for becoming a coach, was because, first of all, I wanted the discount. That was kind of cool. And then to build this team. The income part started coming later. And that's actually what I'm going to talk about. Everything's been warm and fuzzy so far. Now I get to talk about money. Since I'm the accountant in the group, I guess I get designated to be the person that talks about money. And it's interesting because we shouldn't be ashamed to talk about that part of the business, because that's kind of part of why we do it, right? I mean, we want to help each other, but if we're getting healthy ourselves, why not help other people and make some money doing it? I mean, why wouldn't that all kind of work together, if you're going to do it anyway? So just some very high level overview of how the commission structure works. You get, well, first of all, the discount. Even as a discount coach, as a working coach, whatever, you get 25% off everything. Okay, so your Shakeology, your Energize, when we just bought 2B Mindset, we got a discount on it. Everything that comes out, you get a discount on it, and you get discounted shipping too. So that's huge right there, right? When it comes to commissions, though, you also receive 25% for anything that you sell, which is quite generous. And as Megan said, there's no extra cost to it. You don't have to have an inventory. You don't have to have, space in your basement or whatever where you're keeping Shakeology boxes. It's all done by Beachbody. We are independent Beachbody coaches, and they do all of this for us in the background. We don't take money either. It's all done, if you're already a customer, you know that you went through their site to sign up, right? You logged in and did it. So they have everything set up for us, the marketing, the materials. You don't have to know everything before you start. And we help each other out too. But the commission is great. In general, if you look at this, if you add 3 people to your team a month, so that would be 3 like challenge packs or Shakeology orders, you will cover the cost of your own Shakeology every month. So we want to be a product of the product. That's one of our top goals. It's one of the things that we do. So, we're going to drink our Shakeology. We're going to want to try the different workout programs. That's part of what we do, and we love it because we love what we have to offer. So to get that part of what we drink every day anyway paid for with just 3 people is pretty cool. Anything above that, that's extra income for you. So just to give you an example, and I forgot my disclaimer. My disclaimer is that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. You do have to work for it. It does take effort. There is my disclaimer. Okay. Everybody would be very happy with me at Beachbody Corporate right now, although I should have said it earlier. But to just give you an example, so about this time last year, and I'm not shy about talk about money, and I'm a hobby coach, so I do this part-time. I have a full-time job. Last year at this time, I was basically covering my cost of Shakeology and maybe a couple $100 more a month, okay, which is nice. I mean, think what a couple $100 a month could do for your family to do something you're doing anyway. You're being part of a challenge group, you're exercising, you're being healthy, you're helping people. So this year, the first week of May, first 10 days of May, I actually had enough commission to pay for my mortgage. So that's huge, right? I mean, and that's a result of building a team, and I love it. It's not work, it's fun. I love all of my clients. I love working together, and it's pretty cool to see that develop. Yeah. And last year, this time I was a brand new coach. That's true. Thank you. I was just starting out and I was making enough for my Shakeology and then a couple $100 more a month. So that's something that, it's another place where you're in the driver's seat and you really can kind of control that. This is mind blowing. So as a new coach, a couple $100 more a month is awesome, right? That is amazing. We have a coach who's a couple up in our team who's been doing it for 10 years. But she actually just posted the other day, she made the same as her first year of teacher's salary in 1 week. Her whole year of teacher salary, she made it in 1 week. I mean, that's crazy. And it was $16,000. Could you imagine getting a direct deposit for $16,000 on Friday or on Thursday? But, that's just kind of an idea. You could get enough, you could make enough to cover your Shakeology. The sky's the limit, just depending on your level of effort and just like what you want to put into it. So it's very cool. The opportunity is there. Some other things, as you add coaches to your team, you not only get commissions for your customers, but you get bonus cycles through what your coaches sell. I hate to use the word sell, but when your coaches add people to their team, you also get volume. We use the word volume really. You get bonus commissions off of what they're doing as well, which is really nice. So it all kind of, it all goes toward that teamwork thing, like we're helping our coaches help their teams. We're working together. We're not competing. But it's a really, make money in your sleep, right? It's one of those things where I saw that pop up. Yeah. Good point, Lisa. So like you might have coaches that are, adding to their team, and you wake up the next morning and you get on your online office and, oh my gosh, you've got a new coach on your team that your coach added. It's just a cool thing to see that trickle down, that ripple effect that you can bring. Let's see what else. Lisa did mention the trips. I wanted to mention some of the like non-monetary things, but the trips Lisa already talked about. Summit, which is in Indianapolis this year in June. You can still go. We have rooms. We can get you in there. Like, but you can come to Summit. It's a corporate annual event. It's amazing. All the trainers are there. You get to work out. It's just this amazing event where we all come together. And then we also have the quarterly events, which are more local, which are a lot of fun. We usually, like the new products come out then. We get to learn about it. We usually at least, some motivational speakers, things like that, that are a lot of fun. We get to attend live workouts. You can get live trainer certifications. I've gotten Beachbody or Size and Core de Force, so that's a lot of fun. And then there's also like monthly incentives. When you help 3 people that you want to do anyway, like I got this shirt, I don't know, you can't really see it, but anyway, I got a shirt this month, like I've gotten backpacks and hats and all kinds of fun stuff. They just give you that stuff for just helping people. And then the SC trip that Lisa mentioned, which when you consistently help 3 people a month, you get invited to these trips. Next year, we're going on a 5-night cruise. It's the largest cruise ship in the world. And it's completely filled with Beachbody coaches. There are not going to be anybody else on there. So they've rented out the entire thing for us, which is amazing, right? Who wouldn't want to do that? Hang out with a bunch of fun ladies. Let's see what else. So I think that's about it on the money side, on the not as fun stuff. But it is fun, right? It's fun to dream, like to think about what you could do with that extra money. So like you could pay debt, you could, go on extra vacations, home improvements, things like that. There's so many things, even if you don't need extra income, that you could put it to use for, right? Who doesn't want a little extra money? And if you need extra income, it's a great opportunity to do that. All right, I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, girls, and thank you, Sarah. We always make poor Sarah talk about the income because, like she said, she's the accountant of the group and she knows. And when it comes to me, I'm always like, I don't know where that money came from or how I made it. I just know that I help people and they deposit a check into my account every Thursday. And my husband gets so mad that I don't know the details of where every penny comes from, but I don't. And that's how it's always been. And for me, That's why I don't talk about money a lot, because that's not where my focus is. And it probably should be, but my focus is just on helping people. And I know if I just keep on helping people, then my paychecks just keep getting bigger and bigger. Okay, so I'm going to wrap our call up and kind of bring you back a little bit to the beginning and just ask you, why not? Why not you? Why not give this a try? What is holding you back from saying yes? Maybe you've been in a challenge group and you've been thinking about this for a long time. Maybe you're like Sarah and you've been watching for 4 years and you still haven't quite decided yes. Maybe this is the first time you've ever heard about any of this, and so you're kind of a little bit hesitant. But why not? For me, I told you I was a classroom teacher for 13 years. One decision to say yes to coaching has absolutely changed my life. And I'm not saying that lightly. It has changed our lives. My entire family's lives have been changed due to me just saying, I mean, why not? I'll give it a try and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But thank God I said yes. Thank God I had that attitude of why not. And I went for it. Because of that, we are now financially secure. I've paid off debt. I've paid off our college loans. We've done so many things. We lived comfortably, but we didn't have extra money. So we now are going on extra vacations. We're doing all of these fun, awesome things. And more than anything, I'm with my girls. I'm present with my girls. And they know that. They know that Beachbody is the reason that mommy is home. They know that it was this opportunity. And it was one decision, one choice of me saying, why not? Why not give this a try? So I'm asking you the same thing. Why not give it a try? Why not see what happens? Why not see if this is for you? Maybe you join, maybe a month later you decide, this really isn't my thing. That's okay. Maybe even listening on this call, you're thinking this isn't your thing. That's okay too. We're definitely not ever ones to push someone that doesn't want to do this. We want you to be here. But if you're thinking just a little bit like this sounds like fun, or I really want to be on a team with these girls, or I really could use that extra money, or maybe being a coach would hold me more accountable to my own health and fitness. Why not? Why not give it a try and see where it takes you, what happens, and where you can go? Okay, guys, that is all that we have for tonight. I encourage you to reach out to the coach that invited you here as soon as possible. Ask any questions that you may have. Just get some more information if you need about the opportunity. And we hope that we see you. We have a Facebook page for our dream team. And anytime a new coach comes on, we always shout from the rooftops, look who's here, this person's joined us, and everybody celebrates and welcomes and all of that happens. So we hope that we see your face soon on our team page and that you'll be joining us. Sarah did mention earlier this summit that's happening in Indianapolis. A lot of us do live around this area, so we'll be driving there. But we still have coaches, like I see Mimi right now. She's not from around here, and she's a coach on our team. She'll be flying in, so you don't have to live around here to attend Summit. We have lots of coaches from all over the U.S. and the U.K. that will be flying in to this event. But tomorrow is the last day to purchase a ticket. So if when she said that earlier, you thought that sounds like fun, tomorrow is the last day to purchase a ticket. We do have hotel rooms available. We all just kind of cram into rooms. My first summit I went to 4 years ago, I think I slept on the floor. I know I did. I slept on the floor because I wanted to be there, and there was a spot on a floor in a room, and that's where I went. So we're always welcoming people into our rooms. And I know I've had coaches say, I don't know these women. That's a little weird, but trust me, you're going to love it. It's going to be a blast. You'll have a lot of fun. So if you're thinking about that, just know tomorrow is the last day to purchase a ticket. So you might want to ask your coach about that too. That's it, guys. I'm going to stop the recording, say goodbye to everyone watching the recording, and then we're going to check and see if there's any questions that anyone needs answered. So bye to everyone watching the recording. And then